final archive. Barry had the perfect wife, the perfect job, the perfect life.
But Yeoman Curse was adamant.
Yeoman Curse has a fractured skull.
Sealing someone inside an affected chamber before the second alarm sounds is tantamount to murder.
Escort this garbage.
Didn't seal the second chamber until after the second alarm.
Computer requires that all archive files be logical and complete by any means necessary.
I loved her. I loved her very much.
We're done here. Final archive.
When I first saw the script and the story, I thought it was extremely interesting. It was a very organic story in a very futuristic, inorganic setting, and when I was asked to do the music, I really wanted it to reflect that. I wanted there to be a kind of essence of this is organic, using a lot of string and piano sounds, very real sounds, but all the while I wanted there to be this kind of presence in the background of the music that showed an inorganic presence, that showed computer, if you will, in the background. So I wanted the presence of computer as it is constant in the film. I wanted the presence of computer-like sounds to be present in the music as it appears throughout the film, because I thought that would lend some, it would kind of drive the point home. It would lend some something to the script. It would lend something to the sound quality by adding those sounds. The evolution, a lot of the pieces, what I did was I simply wrote them as string orchestral type pieces, and then later on decided, okay, this needs a sound or a presence, something like what we call a chaser, which is a sound that repeats. It's like a computerized sound that repeats, to put in the background, so that you'd have that kind of gnawing, itching, kind of like Barry has a chip in his back of his head, which is always itching and gnawing at him. I kind of wanted to do that in the music too, have this presence, itching and gnawing in the back of the audience's brain. And I think that the end result was really fantastic, because I got some really fantastic sounds out of the synthesizer that really created that that presence, that gnawing presence. The writing of the music itself was very difficult, because again, I wanted to stay with the organic, but that was a little difficult because this is not, I mean, even though you have the interpersonal relationships of the characters, the fact that it's a science fiction film, you don't, unless you're doing, you know, out in space, big open sounds, you don't want to go to the point of full orchestral. These are very small interpersonal relationships. We're not talking about big space battles and stuff. We're just talking about people who are in interpersonal relationships. It just happens to be in a different time period. I wanted it to stay small, and I wanted it to stay interpersonal, kind of like the relationships between the various characters. My favorite theme, I think, throughout the whole film is Barry and Thomas Remember. It's a theme written for the sequence during Barry and Thomas's very intense interview. And while Thomas remembers, you know, his lost love, Barry also remembers the love he gave up. And I wanted the music in that to really make the audience kind of, I mean, that it's a very intense scene, so I thought the music there should be at its peak, and I was really proud of the end result for that scene, because the music is not big, it's not over the top, but it is so melodic, it is so perfect for that scene. It makes that intensity between those two characters just that much more intense. It's a great theme. It's the one I'm most proud of.
Get the squirrel.